Blizzards by Lorraine Jean Hopping, illustrated by Jody Wheeler. Chapter 1. The winters of 1886 and 1887 were scary. In the northern plains, cattle froze to death. Farmers nearly starved. But the next winter, the winter of 1888, was sheer terror. It began with mild spring-like weather. On January 12th, children played outside without coats. Within hours, the mild weather took a shocking turn. School children in the Dakotas, which is now North and South Dakota, spotted the storm during recess. It raced toward them across the big prairie sky. One witness said the clouds were like big bales of cotton, each one bound tightly. These cotton bales soon covered the prairie like a dark, fluffy blanket. But this blanket did not bring comfort and warmth. It brought snow, biting wind, and freezing cold. A killer blizzard had hit. The storm marched into Nebraska. Teacher Minnie Freeman, age 18, acted fast. She herded her class into the schoolhouse, but the building was made of sod, not brick. The howling wind began to rip it apart. Minnie tied all 13 children together with twine. Then she led the class toward a sturdy wooden shack. The strong wind made walking almost impossible. The blowing snow blocked everything from sight. But the children made it to the shack. Minnie was a hero. Another teacher named Grace McCoy saved her class too. She did it by burning every chair, every table, and every stick of wood. Then, with no fuel left, the temperature in the school dipped below freezing. After midnight, it seemed to me we would all die, Grace said. But a few hours later, an eerie quiet fell. The storm had ended. The children went home. Not everyone survived the blizzard of 1888. More than 500 people died. Then just 2 months later, the same sad story began again. March 10th, 1888 was the warmest day of the year in New York City. More fair weather tomorrow, said one forecast. A little colder with a chance of light snow, said another. Both forecasts were wrong. South of New York and Delaware, temperatures dropped. Rain turned into a wall of snow. The wind reached 75 miles per hour. The anchor cables of ships snapped like worn guitar strings. 200 ships sank. The blizzard raced up the East Coast at 80 miles per hour, but no one could warn the people in its path. Telegraphic and telephone lines were down, and carrier pigeons couldn't carry messages in a storm. That night, the blizzard slammed into New York City. The wind blew streetcars off their tracks. Snow fell like buckets of flour thrown from the rooftops, said Arthur Beer, who was in New York City during the storm. Albany, New York had almost 4 feet of snow in one day. 400 people died in all. Both blizzards of 1888 are among the worst in history. Stay tuned for Chapter 2.